What's up guys, and welcome back to the RA Visuals YouTube channel. So being that this is a channel dedicated to the visual aspects of everything, obviously it's in the name of my channel, it's extremely important to get the best possible visual product when we're out shooting, right? So now that's all well and good, but what happens when you get out there, you know, you're in your element and you think you absolutely just crushed that photo or you just crushed that video shoot you just did, but then you get back into your editing room, kind of like this right here, and then you take a look at some of your images or, you know, your video footage and stuff like that, and you see a ton of these little pesky little dots all over your photos and video clips. I don't know about you guys, but it's happened to me in the past, and it's extremely frustrating to see, especially when you're, like I said, super excited about the shoot and you think you crushed it, and then you come back and you see that kind of stuff, and now you realize that you now have to spend a ton more time removing every little one of those tiny little spots from your image so you can actually get some sort of clean image for your customer or for your Instagram or whatever you're doing. So today I'm going to show you how to avoid this dilemma altogether by cleaning your camera sensor. I'm super confident that if you use this method that I'm going to show you here in a minute, you'll be able to remove these annoying little spots from your sensor, your lenses, and your filters actually, and you'll have many more happy days doing what you love in the photography and videography world. So let's go ahead and roll our intro and get right into it. Let's go. Alright, so now that we have determined that we have dust, dirt, and whatever else all over our sensor, you know, maybe our lens or our filters, how do we go about cleaning it? And specifically, we're going to go about the sensor right now. How do we go about cleaning it safely and effectively? So my go-to kit is the sensor cleaning kit right here from Altura Photo that can easily be found on Amazon for full frame cameras, APS-C cameras like this Sony a6000 right here, or even micro 4/3 size cameras or sensors that some of you may have. So keep in mind that there are other kits out there that are just like this or very similar, but I found this one to be of pretty much top quality, and it comes with everything that I personally would need or you will actually need to get this stuff done. So just keep that in mind. This is just the one that I'm currently suggesting to you guys. Now real quick, if you're unsure that you even need to clean your sensor or even go through this process, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice here. There's a cool way that I'm going to show you in just a second that you'll be able to find those little buggers in your sensor. So basically you want to find an area of negative space, like a white screen, a sheet, a desk, or like a blue sky outside. So what you want to do is you want to basically set your focus to infinity and then crank your aperture all the way down to f22, so it basically lets, you know, all the light in. And then you want to move your camera around basically like this, and then press the shutter and take some photos so that only the sensor spots that are on the inside of your sensor here will actually be in focus, okay? So then we can take that photo that we're going to get, bring it into Lightroom, and then we can actually see the dots that are going to be on our sensor there. So pro tip for you guys, if you're going to be using this method, you can select the clone brush in Lightroom and then go to the bottom of the screen and then check the box labeled visualize spots to show you where they all are in your photo. And then you basically crank this little slider right here and it shows you where your spots are. Very, very cool, super handy little feature that can definitely help you pinpoint each and every one of those little guys on your sensor so you can get them out if it does happen. But that's not why we're here, right? We don't want to have to go through that process and deal with any of that in the first place. So the only way to do that is to make sure that our sensor and our lenses and our filters are clean. So the first step in this process is to enter what's called cleaning mode, at least on Sony cameras. I know other cameras have this as well. And this process basically just gets the camera to kind of shake loose all the dust that may be collected on your sensor. So we're going to take our Sony a6000 right here. We're going to enter our menu. And then as you can see, it's in a different spot on different Sony cameras, guys. But on this camera, it's, you know, in the tool section on page 3. I believe it's the same on my a6500, but I can't show you guys that because it's actually up here. You guys just can't see it. But anyway, yeah, camera reception, guys. See, I can look at this camera, but then it's also this camera right here. So anyway, so they do have a cleaning mode. All my Sony cameras do have it. So my a6000 right here has it. My a6500 that's up here has it. And my a7 III that I'm shooting on right now that you guys see me in, they all have it. So the only difference is So the cleaning mode on the A6000 that I'm showing you right now is kind of just like a regular DSLR camera, in that it basically, when you select it, it'll go into cleaning mode, and if the shutter right here is closed, it has a shutter lock right there. If that is closed, it'll just open it up. That way you guys can actually clean it. That's the way other DSLRs work too, because they have a mirror, so they move the mirror so you can get to the sensor. So this kind of works similarly like that. But the main reason I tell you guys to do this process is because on other cameras like my A6500 or my A7 III over there, when you enter this process, what it really does is you enter this cleaning mode and the camera will actually shake, and it'll go like do a little and it will buzz. And what that does, it'll basically take anything that is loose inside of your sensor right here, and it will knock it loose. That way you can just either shake it out, and I really suggest holding your camera like this while you do that. So if it does go into that cleaning mode and it shakes it, it'll just kind of drop whatever little, particles are in there right out of the camera. And sometimes that's all you need if you, rarely take your camera to weird places, or, like in the freaking desert or something like that. So, sometimes that's basically all you need, but we're gonna go on to step 2 to actually give you another part of this cleaning process to help you out even further. So in step 2, we're gonna go ahead and get our cleaning kit right here involved, and we're just gonna open her up, and then we're gonna take out the included rocket blower that we have right here, this little guy. You squeeze it and it blows air. So I really suggest you kind of do this in like sharp blows like that, so it actually like knocks the dust and stuff free. So let's get this out of the way real quick and put our camera here. So what I suggest for this step is you guys go ahead and do step 1 one more time, if you have the A6500 or the A7 III or a similar camera that actually does the vibration cleaning mode. So I suggest basically going into that cleaning mode, hitting enter, it'll vibrate, it'll go and it will actually knock that stuff free. And what I suggest is you basically take your camera and keep it obviously censored down, and I want you to take your rocket blower and I want you to just do short, really sharp bursts into it. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna tilt it this way just so you guys can see it, but I don't suggest obviously putting it this way, but go ahead and just do some sharp blows right into the sensor, okay? So then when you keep it like this, you're basically gonna go ahead and take all that stuff that you just, kind of vibrated and knocked free. You're gonna try to blow it all out with your rocket blower. So sometimes that's all you really need to do, to just do a quick clean of your camera to just knock some dust and dirt free. But if you do have pesky little spots still on your sensor, like I guarantee this camera does have, because I've never cleaned it with an actual cleaning swab, it's gonna need the actual cleaning swabs from our cleaning kit. So we're gonna move on to step 3, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. All right, on to step 3. So step 3 is where the main, like, 2 parts of this cleaning kit right here actually come into play. So you'll notice that the kit does come with a bag of cleaning swabs. There's usually 6 of them in here. Don't worry, I used one, so there's only 5 in here. So, don't worry about that, but it normally comes with 6 of them. So we're gonna basically just take one of the sealed swabs out of the package here. And before you open it, just something to keep in mind, make sure you do not touch this end to anything after you take it out of the package, because if you do, you're gonna basically just be rendering it useless. You're gonna be getting dirt and grime basically back onto your sensor, so do not do that. If you end up touching it to anything else, like on your desk or like whatever, make sure you just get a new swab and then start over again, because I don't want you guys putting on dirt and grime like right onto your sensor, okay? So that's the end that'll be down here that actually you're gonna end up using. So this is also gonna involve our sensor spray cleaner right here, and it's perfectly safe for your sensor, so don't worry about it, guys. If you guys are worried about getting stuff on there, we're only gonna use a little bit of it. So the whole purpose of this is to basically just take the end that we're gonna use, take your sensor cleaner and spray that end with the sensor cleaner just one time on one side of it, and we're essentially just going to use that one side to swab our sensor, and then use the dry side to swab it back and clean the excess residue off, okay? So that's what we're gonna really do right here. All right, so here we go. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Okay, so obviously we have a opening right here. We're gonna open this package, and I like how they have this end, the opening end, because this will be the end you're gonna grab it from. We're gonna pull it out right here and just make sure, like I said, do not touch the end to anything else. Just keep it the way it is right here. And then we're gonna go ahead and take our spray, and we're gonna spray this one, all right, let me get that in there so you guys can see it. We're gonna spray the one end of it, and that's it. So just go ahead and do a light spray, just like that. That's really all you need right there. You can even do like maybe one more just to make sure you got it all. So that's it. You spray this side, and this is the side we're going to go ahead and rake against our sensor, and then we're going to then use the dry side and rake it back to clean the sensor off. So here we go. This guy right here is the end we're gonna use. So we're gonna turn it, and all we're gonna do, this thing is already sized. Remember, this thing is already sized for the size of the sensor. So all you gotta do is put it into the corner, and we're gonna rake against it one time, like that, and pull up, all right? With the wet stuff, and then we're gonna use the dry side, and then we're gonna rake against it gently as well that way. That's really it, you guys. Honestly, that's all you gotta do. And hopefully right there, that got all those pesky little spots off, because a lot of them just end up getting embedded into your sensor and they just get stuck there. So like I said, the combination of the couple steps that we already did with this actually getting the, the embedded spots off are going to seriously improve your image quality drastically. And I think you guys will be really happy with this. And now we can go ahead and just put our lens back on so we can protect our sensor from getting any excess dirt inside of it. And then we can set it off to the side here. And that's really it, you guys. So pretty much after that's done, you can use the included items inside of here to actually clean out your filters and actually your lenses as well, to make sure that those things don't have any spots on them either, because they have an included like lens pen right here that has a couple useful things on it. Let me go ahead and make sure you guys can see this. So it has the one that actually cleans it. You can do little small circles on your lenses and your filters to make sure that it cleans it. And then it has the other end that is a little brush that you can brush your lenses off with. So I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and, just for purposes right here, we'll go ahead and show you guys that. So like the inside of your lens right here, you can go ahead and take your brush and just swab it off like that. Just make sure there's no dust and stuff on your lenses anymore. And then of course you can take your blower, blow it out as well, just to make sure that there's no excess stuff in there too, because any one of these things can get more dust inside your sensor and can create your image to be, not as good as you want it to be. So make sure you guys blow that stuff out, clean it off, and then quickly put it back on your camera. And then make sure you keep your lens caps on your sensors or on your filters and stuff like that. That way you don't have to keep doing this over and over again. But if it does happen, you can always use this stuff. That's the little microfiber towels that they include in the kit, and they're very useful. You can basically just take these and give your lens a quick little once over with these. And sometimes that's really all you need to do to get yourself a good image. Before you start shooting, you gotta just kind of put a little, little elbow grease into it and make sure that it's okay. But like I said, if you start getting a lot of freaking dots in your image like I was getting, you're gonna wanna do, all these different steps and make sure that your lens and your filters and your sensor are completely dust and dirt free. So if you guys found this helpful in any way, please remember to give the video a like, okay? I always appreciate seeing you guys do that. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns for me about this video, or if you guys totally just did not understand anything I did, please leave it in the comments below and I'd be happy to answer your guys' questions. And if you enjoy these camera videos, tutorial videos, tip videos, whatever, or honestly any of my content for that matter, consider getting subscribed to the channel and hitting those notifications, so that way you'll always know when I'm getting ready to drop another video or start another stream for you guys, because I got a lot of content that I got to get off my mind and bring to you guys. So I really do enjoy that. But anyway, hope you guys found this video helpful, and happy shooting. Later.